Welcome back, friends, to the world of the MetaHumans. This has been an exciting journey, guys. So I was here thinking, not all of us are technical artists, right? So the nature of this project does require some technical skills of some kind, one way or another. And one of those things that we have to deal with is knowing how to animate the faces of these MetaHumans. There are several ways. I mean, you can use the live link face. Another option, of course, is Faceware, right? And recently, this was added to the Faceware Tech website. And when you go to the facewaretech.com, when you click on that, it's going to take you to this page right here. And it has an array of things that you need to get started. And they actually give you a walkthrough of what you need to do. And they will tell you first, you definitely need the MetaHuman project, the sample project. And they tell you what to do, copy those files. So we're going to go through the process. And you can actually go through and follow this link as well. But there's something that is a little bit technical once you get on the inside. And the reason why this is important for you guys to check it out is that you can do the blueprints yourself and be able to connect the MetaHuman characters, to a blueprint that you've created to match with because there's something different about these new MetaHumans. It's not the same as the sample project that came, that they gave us initially. There are some modifications that have happened since then. But today I'm going to try to walk you through getting your custom MetaHuman that you've made using the MetaHuman Creator online, and then use Faceware Studio to animate it without having to create a blueprint. I'm always looking for ways to simplify the process, and it's a little bit of a lengthy, not very long, but the initial setup might come off as lengthy, but it's needed. You need to do that, right? So as Faceware mentions, the things that you need first, you definitely need Faceware Studio, right? You need to download a demo version of it. And over here, once you sign up, you need an account with them. And once you've signed in, so you can download the latest client plugin, Faceware Studio. So just click on that and download it. And also, you need to download the Glassbox Live client, which is mentioned on this page as well. Okay, so there's also a folder that you need to add. That folder includes the blueprint, the Faceware Glassbox MetaHuman blueprint. Okay, that is really, really important. So when you click on that and download it, and I've already downloaded it here. Let me bring you up my downloads. So I've downloaded it here. This is the MetaHuman release package that contains the blueprint that we need, and then the live client from Glassbox over here as well. Okay. Now, if you're not familiar with how to install the client, first you have to unzip this file. So I simply right-clicked and extracted the file, and then it created this folder. And I also did the same thing. I extracted these files, and it created this subfolder right here. And if you open that, these are the files that we need to copy and put into our project. Okay, the sample MetaHuman. So you need the sample MetaHuman project, and then replace it with these files right here. Okay, and then for the client, when you double click on this folder in here, this is the plugin, so you need to copy that. Okay, and there's some instructions on how to do it. So let me minimize this, and let's bring up the sample MetaHuman project. So I created a brand new project and I called it MetaHumans 2. And over here is the one that we just downloaded, the release package. So simply copy that, right click and copy, and then paste. Okay, so since I already have it, I'll just replace the files. Okay, and it shows you the new folders that it has added and updated. All right, so this is a crucial step, right? Let's go ahead and minimize that because we won't need that again. Now, for the plugin, for this live client plugin, when I double click on it, we copy this. Okay, and the way you install this plugin into the Unreal Engine, simply right click on your Unreal Engine shortcut on your desktop, called open file location, and under the engine subfolder, look for plugins. So in here is where you need to right click and then paste. So since I already have it, I'm just gonna replace that. Okay, and that's the plugin installed. So now we are set, we're ready to go. And also when you sign up with the Glassbox Live client, and this is the one that we just installed, they will give you a license. In that license, make sure you copy it and post it in a text folder somewhere, a text file, so that you don't have to keep asking for it. Okay, so I already have mine copied, and let's go ahead and start the Unreal Engine project. Okay, so we go to our library, and this is my new project. As you can see, the path, that's the MetaHumans 2. So double click on that. And I remember I used to have a much, like it was actually 7200 RPM. It's a I think it was 3 terabytes of hard drive space, but it was actually slow when it came to loading the Unreal Engine projects for some reason. And then I upgraded to an SSD hard drive, and that made a huge difference. And so my projects seem to load much quicker ever since I switched to an SSD hard drive. Okay, so we're gonna copy my license and we're gonna paste it here. Okay, and once you paste it, I'm gonna probably blur that since it's a trial version. I only have a few days, several days. I think it's about 2 weeks left on this, about 20 something days. Okay, let's go ahead and paste, and then click activate license. Okay, all right, and once the license has been activated, it will give you this your trial license has been successfully activated. Now you can start using it. All right, let's start using it, and this alert is going to come up that says there may be some new plugins that are installed. So make sure that the live client is enabled. You may actually need to restart the project, and I already restarted my project, so you can see it's active right now. Okay, so that plugin is ready. And the way you know it's ready, let's switch to the near camera, this one, and I'm gonna simulate. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and run load Faceware Studio. Go on this side, go minimize this. Let's launch Faceware Studio. Okay, and let me move it over here. So there's something strange, by the way, guys, and I hope I'm glad this happened here. When Faceware Studio first starts, okay, for some reason you're unable to go past this little window right here. So what the technique that I'm using is I go to the taskbar over here and I click one time and then click again, and for some reason that's when that cursor comes back and I'm able to close. Okay, just a tip. And maybe they in newer versions they'll be able to fix that, but for some reason on my Windows 10 machine that tends to happen. All right, so now we are ready to test. So we go to select media. Now I could use a webcam. You can do like a live session, but I'm gonna select a video as a video source. Okay, and I have a collection of videos that I have prepared already. Let me see if I can find it real quick over here, footage. And this is my collection of videos. These are royalty-free videos that I picked up from Envato. They don't have audio, it's just the acting. And so I'll copy this same link and make sure that I browse and paste, press enter. And we can pick up this gentleman right here. It's a new actor. He just got a new job. He looks fresh from maybe he's fresh from college. He's getting back into his acting. This is his debut, and he doesn't even know it. That he's gonna be driving a MetaHuman. But so this royalty free. I have nothing to sign away. So today I've hired him to work for me to drive the MetaHuman. All right, and preferably, actually, you know what? Let me actually load a female character. That might be better. Okay, I'll pick her. She's gonna be driving our MetaHuman today. I don't know her name. I'm gonna give her name, maybe Mandy, right? I'm giving her a name. Well, it's part of storytelling, anyways. Your character can be any name. So I don't know. I know this is an actor in real life, and that's why these videos are made royalty free and made available on Envato. So I guess she can be anyone. She can be any actor that I choose her to be for now. All right, and then once the video is set, the cool thing is, and I did a video of best practice for Faceware Studio. So you want to find a video that always starts with a neutral pause, because it's important for it's important for the calibration stage. So once you find like a neutral pause right here, and the footage right now is set for, it's optimized for real time, but you can also switch to a higher resolution. And you can see this is a 4K video, but I'm only using this to get that calibrated neutral pause, because I want to see the eyelids and all that. And just go ahead and click calibrate, and it located the eyes, so you see the problem now. It thinks that these are the eyebrows. So part of the best practices is that you need to be able to light your character really well, because for some reason, because these are, her upper eyelid has like a dark shadow underneath, it assumes that those are the eyelids, and yet it's not, So I wanted to show this video because, let me see if I can even go to another frame and calibrate. So it still assumes those are the eyebrows. So that's why it's very important. And I did a video that went into in-depth best practice for Faceware Studio, and I will link it in the description of this video so you can watch it, of what to do to get good lighting so that you don't run into issues like that. Because definitely those are not Mandy's eyebrows. The eyebrows are way up here. All right, let's switch to another video that is better lit. And let me see, let's try this one. All right, let's try this video. The lighting is a little bit different. Let's calculate the neutral pause. All right. That is more like it. So it was able to find the eyebrows, and we can go ahead and if we play back, and right now, let's see if it's if we haven't clicked streaming just yet, but I'm gonna move this over here. And let me play back real quick before I stream, just to give Faceware Studio a chance to track. And actually over to the right hand side, you can see the 3D stand-in over here. And there's a lot of tuning that you can do over on this side, okay? Things like the jaw, like if you want the jaw to open properly, you can see the eyebrows. These are all things that you can adjust. For example, the mouth. If I wanted the jaw to open less, I can lower it so that it's just depending on how the actor looks, okay? So I can tune it a little bit more all the way. So this is what the tuning does, is that you're able to go into the eyes, the head left to right. So if I were to increase this a little bit more, it starts you seeing more apparent movement of the head left to right, and the head tilt and all that, okay? So feel free to go through and adjust the eyebrows. If they're not reacting, like her eyebrows go up a little bit higher than over here. So that's where you adjust inner brow down right, all these things. So you can adjust that. All right. So now that it's done a little bit of warm up, I suppose, let's go ahead and slide this over. And let's go to the Unreal Engine, and let's click on stream. And now the problem now is that I'm recording using OBS, and OBS also uses the GPU. So there might be a little bit of stuttering, but when you're doing it in real time, it looks much better. So let's go ahead and click on stream to client and go ahead and press play. All right, guys, now that we have the streaming coming in from Faceware Studio, if we go over here to the Unreal Engine and press play, you can see the character is moving nicely. And back here, let me bring up Faceware Studio. You can see her talking with the head moving, tracking. So that is pretty cool. So now that we know that the one that is inbuilt, that not inbuilt, but the one that comes with this project is working, now we are confident that we'll be able to use our custom MetaHuman in here. All right, let's go ahead and stop that. All right, so we're back here, and let's go to our bridge. And depending on which character that you have, right? So we're going to try a different video, and we're going to use this one, Emery, that I already downloaded. So what I do is select the one that I want to use. This is Emery Older, and click on export. Okay. And now it's exporting it to the Unreal Engine. So as long as your project is open, you're going to start seeing those assets coming into the Unreal Engine. It's important to have your project open and also the plugin installed. You need the Megascans plugin installed and the Bridge plugin installed as well, so that they work. Otherwise, if you don't have those plugins installed, it's not going to work. But I needed to show this state from Bridge. So this part of Bridge is done. We can actually minimize or close it. You don't need to. And that applies to all these MetaHumans in here. So for example, this guy right here, once that export is done inside of my project, let me minimize. It's going to create a MetaHuman folder, because this is a sample folder. But if you double click on MetaHumans over here, you're going to see that Emery has been installed. Okay, and let's do another one. Let's export this one as well, and click export, and it's going to do the same thing. If you go back to the Unreal Engine, let's minimize this because it's done, and it's starting to import the new custom MetaHuman. So the goal of this tutorial is to use Faceware Studio to drive the MetaHuman, the custom MetaHuman that you've created using the MetaHuman Creator. Okay, so that's what we're doing today, and let's give it a chance for this one to come in, because I wanted to demonstrate the at least two sample videos. Sorry, at least two sample characters. One that is already part of the MetaHuman presets, and one that I created using the MetaHuman Creator. Let me give it a chance to go through, and when it's done, we'll pick up from there. All right, it's building skeletal meshed LODs for Emmanuel, computing closest guides and weights, and still going. I mean, these MetaHuman characters are pretty detailed, so that's why I think several things that are being imported, and it takes yeah. So you saw how long that took. So we have Emery Older over here, and he's right there. And we also have Emmanuel right there. Okay, so now we can drag and drop whichever character we need. So I'm gonna go to let's go to the debug visual camera, and let's find the place to put our character. This one. So we're gonna use let's use the one that I created, the custom one. So just drag and drop him here. Okay, and let's move him a little bit more. Up to the left, so he's right next to that, and then we can switch go back to the near camera, All right. So they're going to be together, and we're going to see how it works with both of them there, because we need to see the same happening. Like right now, if I play, it's streaming. So if I play back, so you can see this character, the one that comes with the sample project, is animated. So this is where the the fun begins, I suppose. Okay, first step, we need to go to the Emery face. Okay, and right click on it, go to skeleton, assign skeleton. Okay, and we want to expand this and add this second option right here, face archetype skeleton. Make sure you select that one. And the reason why I say it's in the sample folders, like let me expand this, it's in the sample MetaHuman. So this is gonna drive your retargeting this skeleton to the face, and click accept. Okay, that's the first step. Then we need to go to Emery's body. And funny thing is that if you go to body, it's not in here. You actually have to go to the male folder, go to medium, go to normal weight, body, and this is where you find it. Okay, so right click on it. We do the same thing, right click, click on skeleton, assign skeleton. Okay, and then we need to find the same, like this base skeleton, the one that is in the sample human folder, and then we can expand this a little bit more so we can see exactly where it's located. Okay, so that's the one you need in the sample human folder. Click on that, accept. All right, and let's go ahead and save that. I'll actually save all of them. Okay, so it's not ready yet, even though we've updated the retargeting. It's not yet ready, because if you press play, it's not going to work just yet, because there are some other things that we need to do. Okay, now we need to go to the blueprint. So over here, let's go to find our characters. See where is BP MetaHuman. Click on edit that blueprint, and it's gonna bring up this blueprint panel. So we need to copy all of this and take it and paste it into the blueprint of this our MetaHuman. So let's click on his. This is Emery Older, this guy on the left. Click on edit his as well. So we have them side by side. So again, this is gonna be simpler. Oh, by the way, let me first stop the streaming for now, and also stop the playback, minimize that. So there's several things that we need from the MetaHuman, and the key that you need is this one right here, the Faceware head rotation. Click on it, right click, copy. Okay, go to the Emery folder, Emery Older. Right click here and paste variable. All right, it's important before you even copy and paste these components right here. Make sure you do that and paste it. Oh, by the way, before I even save this, I should have. This is where we need to go back to Emery, and let's duplicate Emery, because we don't want to mess up the original one. And we're gonna call this Emery Older underscore FW. Well, actually no. Let me call this Emery, because we already have the other open. We'll call this backup. Okay. And the one that we are working with right now, we'll call Emery Faceware. Okay, because that's the one that is open. So if we went back to our blueprint, and you can even just double click on it, and it will bring us back here. Okay, and we also need the blueprint for her, because we need to copy some other things. Okay, so here we are. So we need to copy these. And the reason why I bring this up is because if you double clicked on the backup one, these ones, I want to show you something, because this one already has this blueprint that has ARKit set up and all that, because we don't want to lose that, you know. So that's why you create a backup. And then the one that we have here is we went to the MetaHuman, the Faceware, make sure it's MetaHuman 001 Faceware, that one. We copied this component right here, right click and copied it, and then we went and pasted it in here. So it's right here. So when we delete this, all of this, make sure you're in the right one. Or this is the one that we created, the older underscore FW. Select everything, delete. And sometimes it doesn't do it right away, so I don't think it has crashed. I pray it doesn't crash, but just so you're aware that it's still deleting. It's handing its thing back in the back. At first I was like, oh my gosh, do I have to restart the Unreal Engine? But then I'm learning to be patient with these programs, man, especially with the Unreal Engine. There's some things that don't happen right instantly. Like deleting, you expect it to be instantaneous, but it doesn't do it right away. So I actually had I closed it at one point and then restarted thinking it had messed up. But by nature, you have to be patient. Okay, now it has deleted it. All right. So you notice that it's waiting for us to recompile, but not yet. We need to go to the MetaHuman underscore .001 underscore FW, which is Faceware. Excuse me. Select everything, and we're gonna copy. Right click on it and copy. Sorry. Control C. Go to our custom MetaHuman blueprint. Control V. And Control V also doesn't happen instantaneous. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit. But so we have it here, because if you don't copy that component, this use Faceware component, I ran into an issue where this node right here complained that this wasn't there. So that's why it's important to first copy and put this in here, and then you have it. Okay. Now that this is set up, we can look at, go back to MetaHuman, and you're gonna notice that it has several things in here. Okay. And one thing that I noticed that when I went back to my project, and it's move this down. So at this point, you would assume that you would think that it's going to work automatically, right? So let's go ahead and press play over here to stream, and let's test. All right, I forgot to enable streaming. Okay, so the streaming is working on her head, but it's not working on his just yet, because there's still something else that we need to add. Okay, I'm just bringing up these so that along the way, every now and then take stock of where you are, so that you know at least you're making progress. Okay, so we go back here and we make sure we compile. Okay, and we don't have a Faceware link in here just yet, so we need to copy that as well. So we can go here and we're gonna copy and go back to this one, and we're gonna paste. Okay, so now we have a Faceware link. So you're trying your best to match whatever is in here, you're trying to match to make sure that it's over on this side as well. Okay, so we have that. All right, so we have Faceware is here, and this is in our blueprint. Make sure you compile. Okay, now it's time to test and see if it's working. Make sure Emery is selected, Emery Older, our custom, and then scroll down and click on face. And so the blueprint for our Emery is pointing to this animation blueprint. So we need to change it and make it use the ABP Faceware MetaHuman face. Okay. Then we need to click the body and switch this to using animation blueprint, and then switch it to the MetaHuman body over here. All right, save, and moment of truth. Let's go back over here and turn on streaming and play back and come back to our project. Press play. Fingers crossed. Yes. All right, guys. So that's how we get our custom MetaHuman to use Faceware Studio. As you can see, Faceware Studio is streaming from the background, and we can switch now that this is a male character. I can switch to a male actor as well to drive him. Okay, so one thing that I need to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and delete this one from the project. Yeah, come on. We can get rid of the MetaHuman. Yes. And we can delete these ones too. We don't need those just right now. Okay, so we have Emery front and center. And so we need to make sure the head, the body is using the rotation of the Faceware as well. Okay, so let's go back. For the body rotation to work, I just have to make sure that I go into back to the male body, medium, normal height, body, right click on it, and let me turn off streaming. Turn off streaming for now. Right click, and let's look at the blueprint first. Let's go to use Faceware rotation. Yeah, make sure that is enabled. Compile. And then here, right click on this body. Make sure it's not streaming. Okay, right click on the body. Sorry, right click, skeleton, assign skeleton. Make sure Emery is selected. All right, and we need to select this one, just like I showed you before. We're doing this just to be sure, to make sure that the head accepts is using the same rotation. Click accept. And let's go ahead and save. File save all. Let's play back. Stop. Let's go back and enable streaming. Press play. Come back to the Unreal Engine. Press play. All right, so the head for some reason is not, the head rotation is not working, and I'm thinking troubleshooting wise, let's see, Emery Older. Let's just make sure that under the body, I'm using the correct blueprint. Okay, that's using the correct blueprint. And the face is using the correct blueprint as well. All right, so let me see. Let's stop the streaming for now. And then, whee, I need some water, like seriously water. All right, let's go to the blueprint again. And let's see what could be missing. Make sure it's stopped. So in here, head rotation, it's over here. All right, let me try one more time. Let's delete. Okay, and let's copy this again. Copy, and let's paste. Ctrl V. Okay, compile. All right, that's curious. All right, let's try again. Let's enable streaming, and we'll make sure the head is coming through. Let's press play. Come back over here and press play. So the head is not working very well. Okay, let me save. Let me restart the project. Maybe that will help. As you can see, guys, sometimes they are failures, sometimes they are successes. But let's try again. Let's try loading the project one more time. All right, I've gone ahead and reloaded my project. Continue with the trial. Open. And let's see if we can try one more time and see if it can stream. All right, streaming. And at this point, I think I can actually go back and I hope this doesn't crash using video. Let's use a different actor. Open, and then calculate a neutral pause, and let's go ahead and stream and press play. Come back to our project, press play. So the head is still not moving, and I thought this was going to be a quick solution, but looks like there's still some issues I need to work through, guys. All right, what am I not doing right? And copy, and then I'm pasting again. Okay, now this time I see that when I click on this node, this is selected. So let's compile. All right, so it looks like it's connected. Hopefully this time will be better than last time. All right, let's go ahead and play. Oh my gosh. It's working. The head is working. Okay. So guys, we're able to successfully let's see if I can actually escape so many errors. All right, go to camera near. Let's move it a little bit. Whoops. Over to this side so I can show both sides. And it's streaming now from Faceware. I feel tired mentally. But this is what troubleshooting is about. All right, guys, go ahead and play. And the head is working properly, guys. So, oh my gosh. All right, so I got it to work. So I don't know. Is it better to map the blueprint yourself? It might be, but I thought this might actually work whereby you don't have to go into the blueprint and wire everything up. But clearly it's working, you know. And the process I went through, if I can reiterate, is that I copied the blueprint, rather in the graph. Let's go back. Where's so the key was the issue that happened was that I think this node right here was not giving me the correct, like I wasn't able to select that. So to fix it, I went back to the blueprint of the MetaHuman, copied this again, went to mine, deleted the original one, and then pasted it again. But it was definitely important. Let me actually stop so we can actually see it. I don't know what all these errors are all about, but over here, that for sure, it says you can use, it was using the Faceware head, but for some reason this on my blueprint wasn't checked. It wasn't allowing me to show that as checked. Let's dismiss these buggies. All right, but once I copied it again, I was able to have this checked. So, and this is copied from this one, because when I noticed that this blueprint, this one wasn't selected, but for mine, I had to actually have it selected, otherwise it wasn't going to work. And as you can see, when I play back and I have Faceware running, yes, I feel smiling like this is a lot of work, man. Acting and then moving a MetaHuman. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. This one was more than just a quick tutorial. I'm trying to do again the insight of how you can drive your custom MetaHuman using the Faceware Studio and the Glassbox Live Link. Okay, join me again in next time. Hopefully that one won't be such a big hassle, but it's working. It's working now, guys. So it clearly is. Going back to Bridge. Yes, you can use Faceware Studio to drive your custom MetaHumans. And I tested with my MetaHuman here that I created on the MetaHuman Creator. And I was able to drive him over here using Faceware Studio. So thank you so much. Please, guys, do spare a minute to subscribe, hit that notification bell after you subscribe. And thank you so much to all my patrons out there. You guys are helping us, helping each and every other indie filmmaker that is using these tutorials to bring their visions to life and their dreams. So thank you so much for your support, and see you next time with another insight and I suppose not so quick tutorial. But as always, much love. Please stay safe.